Alchemist Astrologer, and this is your June forecast for Libra Sun, Libra Rising, or Libra Moon. You are represented by the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Wands. So you may be very determined to communicate or determined to turn your back on communication. Something is manifesting very quickly. If there were some blockages, that has now been removed, and something is manifesting on the physical plane, something that you want to push forward or hurry up and launch, or you're feeling overwhelmed. Something has happened suddenly and you weren't expecting it. So you're very determined. Over the course of, recent months, perhaps you've been dealing with a lot. You've been under some pressure. You've had some setbacks. You've had to deal with things that are wearing on you physically. They're taxing your physical strength, your determination. You're at a crossroads. You're wondering about whether you have the stamina to continue. But you could be very determined about something to protect yourself, your rights, your reputation. So something is happening suddenly. Maybe you're wounded because you fell in love with somebody and, this was a very demanding relationship, or things didn't turn out the way you had hoped. Whatever it is, you're still standing, you're a survivor, and you're getting close to the finish line, whatever that means to you, although it may not feel like it. So you may have been through a lot with your partner, something suddenly that you had to deal with or take care of. It may have affected you physically, emotionally. But the bonus is that you gain some wisdom. You know yourself a lot better now. You can see a situation for what it is. And you're even recognizing the part that you played in the unfolding of this circumstance. So you got some wisdom under your belt in order to move forward. Hopefully you're taking that into consideration so that you don't repeat some mistakes. But for some of you, you're very determined to communicate, or there's something tied to the internet where there could be some stalking going on. Maybe you're looking up somebody that you were involved with, or vice versa. And this may have been somebody that you felt was the ideal, maybe a marriage partner or somebody worth really connecting to. So you could be very determined to either protect yourself from a stalker, or maybe you're very determined to get some inside information. But also somebody's acting in their shadow self. Maybe being manipulative, or not dealing with things in an appropriate manner. Maybe this has to do with some kind of gift or recognition. Somebody may be a bit underhanded in their communication, or something occurs quickly where you have to protect yourself. Now, your partner is represented by the Page of Swords and the Queen of Coins. So for some of you, there may be an earth sign person. The air could be you or another Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. The coins could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, or perhaps it's just the traits of these elements or these court cards. Now, once again, you have this theme about trying to find something out. So either you or the partner is prying into the affairs of the other person. Perhaps you're mediating something, and it's important to get some, behind the scenes knowledge or information. Maybe you're in arbitration, or you're trying to negotiate something. Whatever it is, as long as the person is not personally involved, they'll be able to maintain their rationality. But once things feel more personal, it's very difficult to be objective. In fact, there could be some angry or harsh words, or sarcasm, or cynicism. In fact, look at this Queen's expression. And she is trying to find something out, or you're trying to find something out from her. She wants some bottom line answers. Now, this may tie to something related to business, or organizing, or planning, or financial considerations. This is a queen who is determined to grow something, to manage it, and sometimes she can overmanage, which means that she can make some decisions that perhaps are not hers to make, but she's doing it, as a means of protecting the people that she cares about, or what is important to her. Now, if she is feeling powerless, She may tend to let herself go, her concerns, the house may be out of order, she's not taking care of herself physically or her appearance. So somebody's trying to find something out. Now this may again tie to some form of paperwork. Perhaps this is something related to real estate or land or business or finance again. But some of you are trying to figure out why this queen decided to take off. And perhaps somebody got left out in the cold. Someone's trying to figure out why their feelings were put on deep freeze, the relationship cooled off, or somebody feels abandoned. Or, if you're dealing with some situations that are taxing your physical health, it could be that there's some sexual issues that you're having to deal with. Frigidity, impotence, a lack of libido. Some of you, again, you're trying to figure out maybe this is about a ticket to leave and go somewhere. So something connected to your partner's wanting some answers from you, or you're trying to figure something out about your partner. And the romance is characterized by this Star card and the Four of Coins. So again, we have some earth energy, possibly Capricorn and Aquarius. So somebody wants to get some type of assistance, or again, they want to solve a mystery. There's a secret or something going on that needs to be revealed, and somebody may be able to try to solve that enigma for you. But the relationship, seems to be one of either holding on or withholding. Somebody's holding on to something for dear life, or they're blocking something in order to protect their feelings or their assets. So, for some of you, if this is an illness, this may be some connection to a healing agency. You may be trying to develop something. Maybe it pertains to your talent, your partner's talent. But this is also a relationship where in some cases you're being very practical, realistic, and maybe you're putting it all out there. You and your partner just expose it all. You're willing to be open, to be vulnerable. But in other cases, that may make you feel uncomfortable, and so somebody's holding back. Now, the Four of Pentacles says that, there may be some fixed behavior, some dogmatic opinions. Somebody may be stuck or conservative or traditional. And these cards are very different. I mean, this Star is sort of new age, opening to, unconventional wisdom. And the Four of Pentacles is very traditional, very stuck in their beliefs. So there could be a tension between what boundaries are, how far to push the envelope as far as your values or your belief systems. And in fact, you are re-evaluating your values. What are you putting into this relationship? What are you investing as far as your time, your money, your energy, your feelings? And is there a return on that? There's some things that either you or your partner are doing that has become second nature. You don't even think about it anymore. But now you're having to look at that's costing you personally or as a couple. And so you may be getting some assistance. You're looking toward the future. You don't have all the answers, and you're having to rely on your faith and hope. And so there's a transition occurring, or one has occurred, where there's change coming up on the future. And, this may give you an opportunity to rise to some occasion. In some cases, there are some sacrifices worth taking because you can see, again, that goal line. But in other cases, there's a misjudgment. There's some self-deception about why you're making this sacrifice and what you're going to get out of it. So you're looking at, whether you and your partner are indeed kindred spirits. Are you on the same page? And perhaps there's some illusions about that, where you may need to look at yourself to see how you're impacting the relationship. Or it could be that, this is a relationship based on appearance. As far as social status, what something appears to be like, how the other person looks, the physical part of the relationship, not really a whole lot of depth. It could be some projection. So there's the illusion, perhaps, of getting some help or solving a problem, or whether you're on the same page with your partner. that is either going to make one of you feel vulnerable and exposed, or perhaps after you discover whatever this is, you feel rejuvenated about the situation. You feel that the relationship does have some hope. But the problem is some kind of struggle. Maybe you're struggling to solve that mystery or struggling to get some help. You're struggling to move past a negative situation, whether that is to indeed move on from the relationship or to create some beneficial changes. Now, this could be a relationship where maybe there was an abusive element to it. Maybe somebody's constantly being criticized. There are a lot of battles taking place of will and ego. But you could also be conflicted yourself, having this inner battle, unable to make up your mind about a situation, and therefore you become difficult to get along with, or vice versa. But there's the possibility of, moving on to calmer waters if you're willing to put in the time, the effort to try to look at the other person's vantage point to gain some understanding about yourself. You can create change, but again, it's going to take some time. You are still navigating some choppy waters. Now, some of you, maybe you're trying to solve a problem. You're trying to get to the other side of a situation, and it's likely that this is something tied to the past. In fact, you may be going on a trip. Maybe you're trying to solve a problem about moving forward with something and heading toward a destination, whether that is physical or metaphorical. Issues that connect to the past are resurfacing, and how you deal with those are going to be important. So you may be revisiting someone from the past or revisiting a place from the past, and you may be trying to either solve a problem or you're struggling. And it may have to do with the strength of something, the strength, again, of a secret. So we have a lot of clandestine, hidden, secretive elements to this situation. Somebody may be holding a secret and not revealing everything. Now, this may have to do with a child. It could have to do with a relationship, a romance, your children, but there's some kind of secret and you're struggling to move past something that you consider to be abusive or toxic or unhealthy and get to a better place. Now, the underlying energy is this Two of Coins. So again, a lot of going back and forth, some choices to be made. You may be considering multiple opportunities, whether you want to travel, maybe you're juggling two relationships and you're having to make a decision. You're at a crossroads right now and you want to do, what's best for the other person, but also for yourself. So you're having to skillfully juggle a situation and keep some balls in the air. That may tie to finances, whether you have enough, you don't have enough, maybe traveling, joining forces. You're looking at your options, and this is a time where, again, you're going to have to be savvy in how you navigate to get past a negative situation. If this is financial, maybe you have to restructure your budget, get a second job. If it's about a relationship, you're going to probably have to decide who you want to be with. So in some cases, maybe this is, you're getting some assistance that creates some beneficial changes. Maybe this is a gift that you received. And it's about trust, trusting your emotions, trusting your intuition, and whether either of you are feeling vulnerable, exposed, or you feel protected, loved, secured by the other person. And it may have to do with new love. There could be new love in the works or on the way, on the horizon. You're weighing your options, either to consider whether you trust getting involved with somebody or you trust whether somebody is, involved with two people. That could be you, that could be the partner. Again, somebody's prying into affairs. They're trying to find out some answers. Now, your advice card is, I am aware of the difference between love and passion. So again, you may be weighing your options. Is this just about, pulling our clothes off, or is this something more secure? Do we have a like mind, or this is just an illusion? It's all about looks. Somebody wants to know the answer, and it's important that you know the difference between real love, work, commitment in a relationship, or whether this is all about, the sexual experience. It's up to you either way, no judgment, but whatever you decide, it's important that you know the difference. Now, the outcome is this Eight of Cups and the Two of Cups. So somebody feels like they want to walk away. They want to do their own thing. Maybe this is an agreement, some kind of contract, relationship. Maybe somebody feels that they're not getting what they deserve out of it. And so your level of attachment to this person or situation is changing. Either you're becoming a loyal, devoted ally to your partner, or you're on opposite sides of the spectrum. Now, you could be disappointed about something that happened in the past. Somebody wants to move on. So somebody's walking away from something. And maybe they really don't know where they're going. They're having to rely on their faith about what the future holds. This could be you or your partner. So there's some uncertainty about a situation. Could be not sure where the relationship is headed. For some of you, this is going to be a walking toward a new relationship. You've made your choice and you're walking toward a new relationship. And that may happen in about a month's time. But this is about getting clear again on who you are, what you want, what you desire. Because if not, you may need to go off by yourself until you decide what you want out of a relationship, out of a partnership. And one more time, you have a secret card. So maybe this is a secret relationship. There's some disappointments connected to that, or having to keep it secret, or some secrets that have come out. And it could mean that a child is involved. Perhaps the result of a secret relationship is some kind of pregnancy, because the Queen of Coins is very maternal. She's trying to grow something, whether that's a business, a family, a child, whatever it is. She wants it to grow and prosper. So for some of you, a secret has come out about, somebody's pregnant. They're having a baby. There's, a baby in the home or on the way. But for others of you, you secretly perhaps want to move on. You're walking away from a relationship and you're secretly making plans to go in a new direction. You want to start something new. Now, this Page of Swords is very focused on the Four of Coins. Again, so this could be business, beliefs, values, something that provides some kind of security. So it could be dealings with, banks, institutions, or money matters. And the Page of Swords, that's his focus, trying to find out how secure, what the beliefs are. Is this something reliable? Why are you so conservative? Why don't you open up a bit? So there's some concerns about this Four of Coins. Now, you're having these discussions, you're putting your ideas out there and trying to see what's going to reverberate back. Maybe you're involved in discussions, negotiations that focus on the future and future obligations. And for some of you, this involves some form of commerce or transaction, or if there are two partners, somebody who sees the moment and perhaps stole your partner away, or vice versa. So you're having these discussions that focus on the future, but it's important to maintain that sense of here and now. Be in the present and know what responsibilities are attached to this future that you're seeking. So there's a determination to communicate, but perhaps you're struggling to do that. Maybe something has happened, again, unexpectedly. Something has occurred unexpectedly, either with you or someone you're involved with, or a circumstance, and it creates some kind of dilemma, a decision that has to be made, and yet there's some uncertainty about how to move forward. Again, it could be you don't have the information, or you don't trust your intuition, or somebody's repressing their emotions and not really dealing with the situation. So you could feel stuck at a stalemate. Again, especially if you're at opposition to someone and what their ideas are. Maybe you even instigate some kind of disagreement between others, especially if you're the third party. Or you may be trying to bring people together, but there's a decision to be made where you're uncertain about it, but you're trying to figure out how to create some beneficial change and move past something negative. And at odds with this situation is getting some cooperation. Perhaps it calls for some counseling, some therapy, or maybe even going to court. But the group dynamic is involved, or getting some help to figure out How can we make this work? This is where it's failing. This is where it's good. How can we move forward? Are we ready to move forward? For others of you, you're looking at a situation where it's just too much. You want to move on. It's not healthy. It's emotional baggage. The other person needs too much, wants too much. And you want to unchain yourself from this person so that you can make some progress. And it centers around your partnerships. Again, your attachment level to someone, something, or a situation. And this all connects back to the past. Something from the past has now begun to influence your present circumstances. And it also has to do with the future, and you're going to have to use your skills of intellectual analysis to look at a situation, critique it, and decide what the conditions are so that you can make decisions, to move forward, to make your choices. This is something that perhaps has come up before. It's a cyclic issue, but you're having to give it further thought. So this is going to be an emotional month for you with developments that tie around ambitions, goals, and the future, opportunities that weigh in on your future, that influence your destiny. They have the potential to be life changers, the people that influence your future, and your partnerships, your feeling whether, again, something is reciprocated. Could center around contracts or agreements, but the bottom line is, are you getting back what you're putting in, or have you compromised yourself simply because you want to be close to somebody? All right, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to hit the notify bell, and let's make some positive change in your relationships. Let's create a love revolution.